You're listening to RevOps Champions, a podcast created for B2B leaders to help you align your people, streamline your processes, trust your data, and leverage technology in order to grow your business. One of the three hottest topics that came up almost every episode of RevOps Champions last year was connected to AI, technology, and innovation. It's really hard not to have a conversation about data, technology, process improvement, operational efficiency, or innovation today without discussing the use of AI. Because of the potential power for AI for every one of us, both personally and professionally, when working on solving or improving anything, many of us now add the question about how AI could help. That question is here to stay. This is why so many experts compare the introduction of AI to the introduction of electricity, and later the invention of the internet. What they have in common is they all had the potential to fundamentally transform nearly every aspect of our lives. An important purpose for this show is the platform it creates for us to learn together. Every person involved in the RevOps Champions podcast is learning from any episode they're connected to. AI is something many of us are learning about together. Here are a handful of our guests from the past year about the different aspects of AI technology and innovation, even if in very small and iterative ways, for us all to make progress together. Let's take a listen.
Don't be intimidated. It's just a new form of tech. And remember, you are running your company. You are the people that know your business the best. And using advisors or vendors or operators or consultants, whatever, you've got a lot of people around you that are there, and just find the ones that feel good to work with and get smart on it. Spend some time either getting an assessment of your team or wherever to figure out where are you really in the AI or the data level to be a competitive weapon, not just be information anymore. Because your competition is looking at it like a competitive weapon. That's happening. And somebody is going to win in your industry or in your business because they are a step ahead of understanding how AI can be used. So remember, you know your business the best, and getting smart on AI and leveraging that so that you guys really feel that you're going to hit a home run when you start to dive into it, to me, is the first level of advice. The second piece is, you've got great processes. You've been in business for the number of years that you have. So really lean on that process. Lean on the fact that you've got a common language, whether it's EOS, a lean, whatever you use, and know that you got the process. And then, just like everything, you're putting it into the machine. You start bringing those vendors in, and all of the hype about what just came out last week.
The irony of AI is it's making it possible to do things differently and better than you did before, which doing that when things are already slow, of course, seems sort of a little counterintuitive. But of course, we know that the businesses who do make these investments now are going to benefit tremendously as soon as sort of the market and the economy picks up again here towards the end of the year and going into early 2025.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call out. Making the investment right now, I think not only positions you for success and being able, putting you in a position to take advantage of the upturn in the economy and the market and things like that. I think it also helps your team right now. If budgets are shrinking, or in a lot of cases, at least kind of held steady, it's more important than ever that your teams are as productive as possible to manage that overhead.
AI is not going to take your jobs, but people who do AI will. And I feel that to be 100% true. We also were initially last year when our research, we're like, okay, oh yeah, AI, big deal. And let's big thinking around it. And then we realized that, oh my gosh, AI actually is not the new thing. AI in everything is the new thing. So that's the part where every product out there is going to have some level of AI around it. But there's a huge difference. And I think Yamini, the current CEO of HubSpot, and I chatted before her keynote around these areas, especially AI. And she was asking the same question based on our research. What are we finding? And I was sharing with her at that time that the difference that I'm recognizing is there are lots of people who started working on AI and saying, all right, it can create a lot of content. It can create a lot of stuff. And it just ended up being more garbage. And so you need the human in the loop to make sense of things and test different things and move things faster. So the classic and the best case scenario is when you kind of figure out, oh, this works when a person has tested, and now you're unleashing AI to just make it faster, better, not having errors and moving through that.
I think right now, a lot of people, we're kind of in this traditional bell curve of adoption of innovation. And there are a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of, worry around what is AI? What's it going to do? When we start to see that first initial wave of early adoption, I think that what we're looking for is what are the easy ways? What are the specific use cases that I can leverage AI where it just makes my job easier? And I think they did a really good job of talking to customers, also seeing like kind of where the world is going and what the opportunities are. And so when we talk about like Breeze Intelligence or things like Content Remix, these are adoptions and use cases of artificial intelligence that just make your life easier, and they're easy to use. To me, that's probably what I'm most excited about is this stuff's just easy to use. Just talk to it, ask it, build me this report. It's done, right? You talk to it and it's done.
I generally kind of guide that way. So the way we advise people is everybody should have an AI roadmap, but that AI roadmap is more dynamic than like a traditional marketing plan, say, where you set your budgets for the year, you kind of pick your big campaigns 12 months out. In the AI roadmap, you're looking and saying, okay, let's pretend we're just focused on the marketing department AI roadmap right now. Oftentimes we're advising like globally, like all the different departments, but let's zoom in on the marketing department. And let's say you're starting from scratch in 2025. Like people have been experimenting, but nobody's formally doing anything. Nobody's got approval and budgets to go buy AI tech, things like that. So what I would do is say, okay, like where are the quickest gains we can make? And I run these as like a workshop. So I would bring teams in, like the writing team, the SEO team, the web team, the demand team, like however your org is structured. I would teach them how to identify their own use cases. I built GPTs for free to do this. There's a jobs GPT and a campaigns GPT. So you can literally just put your job title in and it'll tell you what to do. So let's say you're doing this in a workshop environment. They can go through and identify like, hey, we think we've found something. Like we're doing 40 case studies this year. We think we could use these things to do those case studies in half the time. Great. That's a pretty good use case. Let's look there, writing team.
Did you enjoy this episode?
Find more at RevOpsChampions.com.